Hey there guys, sorry about the strange camera angle here. Pay attention to my driving. Welcome to another episode of What's Happening in China. So, well, I've been living out of my car basically for the last, I'd say, a week or week and a half. Never really been staying in one place for more than one day. And that is due to a whole bunch of things, but mainly because the Canton Fair. And let me tell you about the Canton Fair. Here's a little bit of footage in my background, all about the Canton Fair. I went up there for Churchill Customs with sea milk, and we went looking for potential suppliers so we can use their export channels, because we're looking to get to a point where we can export our bikes overseas. And it's looking quite promising. We also found some very nice engines and base models that we can be using in the future. So stay tuned, because we've got at least 3 new models coming out, which are going to be fantastic, by the way. So I was up in Guangzhou and in Huizhou for the last couple of days. Our client and our friend, the Beard, came to pick up his bike, which is finally completed, and he's sort of our big field tester, because he's an incredibly hard rider. He rides his bikes to the limit. So he's busy field testing the bike, and so we can get a lot of good feedback from him, see what we need to fix and replace. It's pretty cool. What's happening in China right now? Well, there's the usual news stuff. People are still going on about that Malaysian plane that disappeared and all that sort of nonsense. But as in like actual events, I'd say the Canton Fair is probably the biggest thing going on down here in the south of China. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Canton Fair is, it's basically this massive fair. I'm sure you can see by all the footage I'm showing you in the background. But it is just huge. It's in this incredibly large convention center in Guangzhou, which is actually a very nice part of Guangzhou, because it's outside of the actual city. It's like on the outskirts. And there's some very nice modern buildings all around that convention center. So it's obviously designed that way to impress foreign visitors when they come there to see, oh look, it's Guangzhou's a really nice, clean, modern city type thing. It's a lie though, sorry to say. It's very nice in that area, but going to actual Guangzhou, especially if you drive, take a look at the traffic and the chaos. But yeah, I'm not going to get down on Guangzhou. I know a lot of people get pissed off with me when I start talking down about Guangzhou. I particularly can't stand the bloody place, but many people like it. So yeah, and it does have some very nice places. We went to a very famous dim sum restaurant there. It's very nice. There are some really good restaurants, and yeah, there's some very nice sections. So yes, Guangzhou, like any other city in China, has some very good areas, and obviously lots of rubbish areas too. So yes, what happens there is all of the big suppliers and companies in China will exhibit their products, whether it be bathroom fittings or electronics, TVs, microwaves, whatever, and of course there's a motorbike section, and that's why we went. We're for all the motorcycles, which, to be honest, are all pretty rubbish, except for a few that caught our eye, and those are the ones we're going to be using for our base models. Anyway, so yeah, the Canton Fair, it's quite a thing. Lots of foreigners go there, obviously, from countries all over the world. You see a lot of people from the Middle East and Africa and these developing countries, going there to source cheap goods that they can then export, and that's how you make your contacts. So when you go to the Canton Fair, you have to make sure that you take a lot of business cards with you, and that's kind of a prerequisite, because every time you go to a booth and pick up a catalog, a brochure, or speak to them, the first thing they ask for is a business card. And don't worry, if you don't have business cards, you can actually get them printed outside. There are plenty of touts who will gladly take your money to print business cards for you right then and there. So hand out your business cards, take their business cards, take their brochures, a couple of freebies being handed out, you know, lanyards and that sort of nonsense. But it's just quite a thing to see, and of course you can see all the new technology and innovations that are on display, which is very nice. You know, that's how you make your connections. And you know, you bump into people you've met before. I mean, I bumped into a subscriber and bumped into suppliers that I've dealt with in the past. So it's pretty cool. So yes, that goes on. That happens twice a year, and you know, on different days they will have, you know, different things. So you have to make sure that you're there on the right date. Obviously, if you're there for motorbikes, you know, there'll be certain days where motorbikes won't be there. It'll all be just like fabric and kitchenware or something. Even though it's a massive place, you know, they obviously can't fit everything in there at one time. But don't worry, it's fairly easy to figure out. They've got like guides that you can pick up in English, which have got maps of the whole place. Just try to pack your own lunch, because they do have like a canteen floor and they've got a couple of things, you know, a couple of different choices, but they're always super packed, almost impossible to find a place to sit down and have a meal. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, that's that for now, guys. I'll be updating you guys with another video very soon. I'm currently not staying at my place, so it's difficult for me to get to all my old footage and stuff. Now,
欢迎光临。
谢谢. So you know, there's a lot of video footage which I've already taken, and a lot of videos on the way. So please be patient. I will be releasing videos as soon as I can. All I have is my rubbish laptop on me at the moment, though, which is fairly useless for video editing. I'll be doing this video on that and uploading it from a hotel or whatever. So guys, just to let you know, that's why I've been a little bit scarce. Otherwise, yeah, that's really all I have to report on at the moment. Looking forward to seeing you all in the next video, guys, and don't forget, stay awesome.